So around 2015, it was really a collaboration between our business and industry partners, which started with the Lexington Chamber of Commerce and with some district staff, some principals. I was actually a principal at Bryan Station High School at the time. I was in my first year as an interim principal there. And we kind of came to the table to talk about how we could reimagine the high school experience for students and really start to make learning relevant. You're going to hear that theme come up a couple of times. We were able to find a national partner with Ford Motor Company. They had a sort of a subsidiary part of that company called Ford Next Generation Learning. And so we partnered them to really look at the high school experience to bridge and create pathways between not only the content that was being taught in schools, but what business and industry needed, what did post-secondary readiness look like?
When we first launched the Academies, partners were at the table. We had what we called tactic teams, and within these tactic teams, they told us what was working well, what wasn't working well. So if I had a choice for where I wanted my student to go, the goal of the high school is to make sure that they are ready for that next step, whether it be college, whether it be career, whether it be start their own business, and we owe them that. So I think we do a much better job of that in the Academy model.
Typically, everybody looks at schools and they see those 4 classroom walls, and they're sort of stuck within the learning of that. And really what the Academies of Lexington was, and sort of the idea was, how do we expand those walls into Lexington, into Central Kentucky, and into the business and communities that we live and work with every day.
I'm a big advocate for the Academy model because students have a much larger support system to support their career goals. They're within a CTE pathway. They're guaranteed to get these work-based learning experiences. They are going to have a structure for getting guest speaking, for going to site visits, and we are always looking at data to make sure that we are addressing equity issues. That's not happening across the board.
Why Academies really stood out was it took that large school and it broke it up into smaller schools, almost like a university sort of experience where you have the University of Kentucky and you have the College of Business, you have the College of Law, you have the College of Education. We really broke up our school and it put our students and our staff into what we call small learning communities. So it was a group of about 350 teachers and students, a principal, a counselor that really got to know each other, really developed some strong relationships with each other, and they would travel over the course of their sophomore, junior, and senior together so that they knew each other's strengths, they knew each other's areas of growth.
And that is one of the great benefits of the Academy model. Each student chooses an academy and it has its own location in the building. So all the students that are in that academy are located there because all of their math, English, social studies, science, and CTE courses are there. All of the staff members are there that provide support. The principal's there, the counselor's there, mental health specialists are there. So they're all in their own little location in the building, so it feels like their own little community. That's what a small learning community is.
As one of the co-leads for the Academies of Lexington, it's very gratifying to know that other schools saw the opportunities within the Academy model. And some things are just as simple as like having an Academy coach, right? In that Academy model, our business and industry partners are key to student and staff experiences. And I know this is something I didn't mention earlier, but our staff go out and have experiential learning in the business and industry. We just celebrated not too long ago, right before school started, we had upwards of 300-something staff that did externships. So they got to be paid to go work and experience the content that they're going to teach within the business and industry.
This is an opportunity for teachers to go out to the organizations in our community and learn from them. They might go to Toyota and spend half a day or a full day talking to their employees, doing a roundtable, learning the skills that students need in order to be employed at that organization.
I wanted them to be able to solve real-world problems while they were in high school. Again, going back to that making learning relevant, which is a key component to the Academies of Lexington model. We wanted what they were doing every single day in the classroom to link back to what they wanted to be when they grow up. And I think that's the core why behind the Academies for me as a principal and now as the chief is, we ask students when they're going into kindergarten, preschool, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? They take those pictures outside holding on to like, I want to be a veterinarian or I want to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever they want to be. Well, I think the Academies have to answer that question. We've got to continue to ask that question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then help them answer how they get to accomplish that goal.
The Academy model is a structure. Some people think it's a program. It's a structure within a building to make sure we have equity for all of our students to get career and technical education.
Well, I just wrote about this weekend in one of my newsletters to my principals, but it's about having gratitude for the work that we've done and the people that are around us. And so I actually still follow and still communicate with probably 30, 40 students that graduated from the Academies of Bryan Station. I keep up with what's going on in their lives. You know, some of them have been married now, they've had kids, and many of them actually went into the field that they were exploring while they were in the Academies of high school. They developed. We have some young ladies who would have never discovered their passion for engineering had they not had the opportunity to see themselves with engineers that were females. It's a very male-dominated industry, so they got to see themselves by working with females in the engineering field, and to know that they found their passion, they discovered their passion through this Academy model, and it's changed the outcome of their life and their future. I think for me, seeing those smiles and having those conversations and knowing that our Fayette County Portrait of a Graduate, we're meeting that every single day in the Academy schools. We're meeting that in all the schools, but we're definitely meeting a lot of those attributes within our Academy schools and our Academies of Lexington. That's pretty powerful.